Daytona Sandown, open sprint race on a Friday night can only mean one thing: tinted visors and pointy race boots. The sweaty boys and girls are out to play. The format of this magnificent GP was a 10-minute quali followed by a 20-minute race. Conditions were good, it was dry, it was cool. Lap records were ripe for a breaking. This right here was my best lap of quali, good enough for a 47.9 or so, and we'll see where this lands me on the grid. That was quali over. I'm going to trundle back round to the top of the grid. I'm actually just going to whip the lid off, take a look at the GoPro, check I'm still recording. Look a little bit like a sperm there, and now you sit and wait to be called into a grid position. This moment always brings back some traumatic memories from PE at school, when you're standing there waiting to get picked for the team. And we're going to line this up P7 on the grid. And now it's visors down for this rolling start, just starting in the final few corners of the lap, frantically tacking that steering wheel, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Do I think this does anything? Probably not, but it looks cool. And now just crawling around this final bend, I get an absolutely shocking start. Kart bogs down, I left way too much of a gap. And kart number 136, who we actually qualified ahead, pulls it over in front of me. We enter turn one, it's absolutely carnage. Lewis Hamilton there in the Patronus suit, spinning it in turn one, absolute nightmare. Now we're just trying to keep it smooth, tyres are cold, you can see we're getting a little bit of oversteer, and now I'm just trying to hang on to those in front while being very cautious of what's going on behind me. So jumping forward a few laps, the race is starting to open up and we appear to be catching on this chap in front. We did qualify ahead of him, we know we're faster than him, let's see if we can stick the move on him. Before we get a chance to make our move on this driver in front, out of nowhere, a third player decides to join the game. So we're right on this guy, we're piling on the pressure, and at this point in the race we're starting to encounter a lot of back markers, and unfortunately at this point I make an awful decision and I go the wrong way around a spun driver, and it costs me several seconds. A few laps later now and we're starting to close that gap again, but unfortunately some more bad luck with a back marker costs us a second or two. And now let's jump forward another couple of laps, and the driver in front is starting to make a few mistakes and we are really closing the gap. Finally, we're through on him, and now let's just try and keep this position. Now, a few laps later, we have managed to fend off car number 136, but we're actually going to lose this position to Lewis Hamilton, who has fought back from that horrendous spin he had in turn 1. And now let's see if we can hang with him. Well, turns out we couldn't live with Lewis, and I'm okay with that. He is a Formula 1 World Champion. This was my fastest lap of the day, a 47.5. That is race over. We qualified P7, finished P7, had some good fun along the way. Give us a like, hit the sub for some more karting content. Much love.